Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Adam Cooperstein, and we begin with breaking news and what could be the largest public corruption bust in U.S. history. About 70 people, both former and current employees for the city's public housing agency, Nycha, accused of bribery and extortion, allegedly accepting cash payments in exchange for lucrative deals. News 4's chief investigative reporter Jonathan Dean's live in the newsroom as a press conference is about to start on this scheme right now, Jonathan.
Yeah, Adam, 70 city housing workers and contractors charged by the feds this morning. The alleged corruption includes bribe and kickback schemes on everything ranging from construction to maintenance of city housing projects. City Department of Investigation detectives and Homeland Security investigation agents were out making arrests all over the city this morning. This video is of housing workers getting arrested at the Baisley Park houses in Queens. The Housing Authority issuing a statement calling the corruption counter to everything NYCHA stands for. The dozens of suspects are expected to appear in federal court in Manhattan later today. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams and other federal officials expected to detail the charges soon in a news conference with local and federal agencies. The number of people involved in these alleged schemes large. Dozens of workers accused of ripping off the largest public housing system in the nation, home to more than 300,000 New Yorkers. The arrests ongoing at this hour, so many that U.S. Marshals were told will have to transport the suspects by the busload just to get them to court to face the corruption-related charges. Live in the newsroom, I'm Jonathan Dienst, News 4 New York.
Hey, what is a Zaccheus? With another live word of the day. God bless for tuning in. God bless for tuning in. And for those tuning in for the first time, I thank you. And today I'm talking about Nycha. Now, those are across the globe and across the tri-state area, also across the whole over the globe, I'm going to read what Nycha means. They got busted the biggest scheme of squeezing funds out of the company, but this is what Nycha means before I get into it. It's a New York Nycha, the abbreviation definition for Nycha is New York City Housing Authority. That's what it stands for. Nycha stands for New York City Housing Authority, the largest public housing authority in North America, and was created in 1935 to provide decent, affordable housing for low and moderate income New Yorkers. Now, the company is supposed to help New Yorkers with housing, affordable housing, and the only company that's able to help with affordable housing is Nycha. Once you get into the program, they're able to get you into apartments that's livable, that's reasonable for the average New Yorker to live in. Hardworking, middle class, or low income families to get in. Now, these people, 70 people arrested that worked for the company, was swindling money out the company for their own gain. They was doing schemes and bribery and Ponzi schemes and bribery just to squeeze money out the company to fund their own, to lace and fund their own pockets. And when you do evil, there's a lot of people that's out there scheming and scamming, even online. Not just online, but out there too. Folks, women, hold your pocketbooks there and close to you, because they have people that love to take your belongings if you're not careful. If you're not careful, if you don't feel your belongings next to you, be careful. There's people out there that will take anything from you. Anything. If they can get their hands on it, they get it. Be careful of them. It's not right. Especially scammers online. Not right. Taking things that belong to hardworking people. And yes, they got caught. Eventually, they'll get caught. That's right. Don't think because you fool people for a very long time, you don't think you're gonna get caught. Remember, there's people watching. You never know who's watching you. You never who's watching and who is looking at you. There's cameras all over the place. You never know where there's a camera hidden. One day you're going to get caught. And what the Bible says in Luke chapter 8, verses 17, for nothing is hidden that will be not made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. So whatever's in the dark will come to light. Luke chapter 8, verses 17, Bible says in Luke chapter 8, verses 17, for nothing is hidden that will be not made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. So whatever's in the dark will come to light. Luke chapter 8, verses 17, Bible says in Luke chapter 8, verses 17, for nothing is hidden that will be not made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be. And yes, be mindful where you go, be mindful, be careful. There's people out there just to watch your every move, and you never know who's watching you. That's why you gotta pray. You never know who's scheming to watch you. You never know. That's why you gotta pray. You gotta be careful of your surroundings. Don't be oblivious to what's going on around you. Sometimes you gotta turn on that news. Turn on your phone, get to the app and watch the news. You gotta know what's going on around you. You have to know. You have to. And yeah, you may be thinking you're having all the money because you bribe people, you scheme people out of money. And Nycha, they eventually got caught. Nycha thought these people were doing it for a long time. This is not the first time that they're doing it. They were probably doing it for a very long time. Nycha was probably the people in Nycha that was working for Nycha was 70 arrests. The biggest bust in years. Was the biggest bust in years. And 70 former employees of Nycha was scheming and doing bribery and taking money out of the company. And they think because you make all that money by bribery and scheming and laundering that you'll be able to get away with it. But guess what? Whatever's in the dark will be manifest, and it will come to light. Man, people always think they can get over. You think because you haven't been caught this year, or you're not gonna be caught, you feel that you're not gonna be caught. People think that they can do things and nothing will happen to them. It's funny how people think that they can do things and nothing can happen to them. It happens to a lot of people. For years, people that's been doing this, these people in Nycha, this is not the only time that they've been doing this for years. I'm sure they've been doing it for years. Swindling money out the company for hard-earned, tax-paying New York City earners, putting their hard-earned money. I mean, this is money from the city to fund Nycha. And they're taking that money to lace their own pockets. It's funny how people think that nothing can happen to them. You may get away with it this year. You may get away with it maybe next year. But the day is going to come that you will get caught. The day is going to come that you will get caught. Don't think for a second and a moment that because you have all this big money in your pocket and you did it the illegal way, and you're stealing from companies. You're stealing from companies that is able to help other people out to get homes, affordable homes, and you think that you're gonna get away with it because you know in and out the system and you've been working it for years. A day is coming. Whatever you do in the dark will come to light. A day is coming that you think you've been scamming people, stealing from people, stealing from companies, and think that you're not going to get caught? You have another thought coming. Stop thinking that nothing can happen to you. And I think that's the problem with people when they do things. They have this Bitcoin, crypto. I'm gonna get into that sometime. Bitcoin, crypto online, and they're lying to people, say they can make big profits. What they do is they play on your emotions because they know that you want to make extra money. And what some people do, especially when even when it comes to scheming and scamming, that's one thing. But some people, they take money out of companies. Because they know the system and they've been working there as an employee for a long time, or they've been a boss. You never know. And what they do is they take the resources, the very resources that are made to help people, they take it and they lace their own pocket for their own gain. Selfish is called greed. Greedy people and selfish people. That's what they do. They don't think about nobody else but themselves. So what they do is that they work for these companies and then they get into the system and they know how to manipulate the system to lace their own pockets. Forget about everybody else. Forget about this company is there. This company is a good company, Nycha, that is there to help other people with affordable homes, help low-income families and families that are financially struggling to get affordable homes. You know what they do? They're selfish, and it's called greed and selfishness. What they do is they lace their own pockets with the company's money. Now, the live word of the day is coming out of Proverbs 10, verses 2. Treasures gained by wickedness do not profit, but righteousness delivers from death. So if you live righteous and you're walking in the footsteps of the Lord and you have integrity, it just saves you. You're not going to get arrested. You're not going to get in trouble. It's not going to cost you your life. But when you steal companies' resources and you do wickedness to people and you steal people's money and you do all type of wickedness for your own gain, only few things happen to you. You see what happened in some certain stories back in the days. You steal from drug dealers their money, their dope, the money that they make from their dope. They come and they kill you. You steal any resources, any bribery, any huge companies, and they find out, you go to jail. You go to jail. So anything you do is a consequence. If you do good, you reap good seeds. If you do bad, you reap bad seeds. There's consequences to everything. And the thing is, when you squeeze resources out of companies you work for, you will get caught. Well, this is Zaccheus with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings. And thanks for tuning in. Thank you for your support.